I am here to call upon one of your daughters, if I may.
Louise steps out of the way. Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown, and I'm back again with another reaction to Bridgerton. This is Season 3, Episode 4, called Old Friends. Now, I did not read the description on this, but the title, it makes me hope that maybe Penelope and Eloise will be a little more on friend terms and a little less on awkward frenemy terms. And again, I also think it might be talking about completely different set of friends. I think we should start the show and find out exactly what old friends we're talking about.
I threw up all night. Is pregnancy sickness not associated with the morning?
I have bought you a plant so that you might continue to enjoy nature from your windowsill.
What is it? I shall have to pick up Mr. Bridgerton's mantle.
We're so pleased to have you. And my Penelope is sat at that window reading, and now here she is in the room.
Is there a reason you like that window so much? Particularly comfortable?
Not particularly. I mostly just enjoy the view, but I have grown rather tired of it.
You like all those flowers? Pretty.
When you were asking about friendship and whether it can blossom into love, is there something you wished to discuss with me?
I simply want the best for Francesca. I shall come down later.
Very well.
I like her dress, but those styles remind me of pajamas, though. Like, it just looks like it should be a nightgown. If it were a nightgown, I would think it should be more light, but still like a nightgown.
Seems a lot older than that.
Oh, yeah, she does. But
I have come to call on you.
Mr. Bridgerton, I do not wish to be called on.
Is it our minds or our hearts?
Your cousin says.
or our private organs.
It is that very lack of society that has brought me back. Not to mention the lack of ladies.
Well, then all shall work out perfectly. I am occupied a good while. Thus, you are free to meet with as many ladies as you might like.
She lavishes you with praise, Your Majesty.
You can read from all the way back there.
With much practice, anything is possible. Chance, perhaps, to secure our match for Miss Francesca?
Her hair looks a little more tame than usual.
Step another pace backwards. You read me too well.
Lord Samadani may not choose to call upon me.
There is a caller here.
Yes, bring him in.
I am here to call upon one of your daughters, if I may.
Louise steps out of the way.
My daughter Francesca.
Miss Francesca. John Sterling, Earl of Kilmartin.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is mine.
Lord Kilmartin and I met briefly at the Hawkins Ball, but have not had the opportunity for a formal introduction.
I see.
May I join you a moment?
I should like that.
Silence. Oh my goodness.
She does not speak to him.
I am in awe. I thought one had to use wit or banter to dissuade a suitor, but simple signs is radically more effective.
Perhaps they are enjoying themselves.
But how will they know each other? And he comes to call without having had a formal introduction first.
Another caller here, my lady. Lord Samadani.
Lady Bridgerton.
Good day, Lord Samadani. I shall fetch you a pastry.
Mr. Bridgerton. Miss Bridgerton.
Miss Hyacinth?
How dashing.
It's a pleasure to see you.
Good day, Lord Samadani.
I do not believe we are known to each other, Lord Kilmartin. I was just leaving. I do not wish to interfere. Good day.
Tell if he liked it or disliked it, because it looked like it could have been either.
Was it not you who proclaimed that we should embrace all that we have now? Why burden yourself with a business that will only cause further confusion?
I'm not the one who is confused. I'm keeping my club.
He put a lot of work into it like that.
He did. He did, and I do think it's weird that they have these ideas that the higher-ups shouldn't have jobs. And like I said, they do let them have jobs. It's just like only certain types of jobs and jobs that come with titles and...
This book is on voyages to the north where Lord Debling intends to travel.
Well, let him tell you about it. Men love to explain the world to us. If we've already explained it to ourselves through reading, then they will feel superfluous and unmanned.
Miss Featherington, are you reading about the fabled Northwest Passage?
I was. I find it
Terribly confusing. Would you be so kind as to explain?
I find books so captivating. I have a collection of over 1,000.
Nothing a book loves more than to be collected.
Nothing a book loves more than to be collected.
You looking for someone, Miss Featherington?
No.
What is it you prefer to read?
In truth, I find myself drawn back to stories of love. They are histories of connection, of hope for a better life.
And I'm happy to learn that you have a passion, one that brings you such joy as my research brings me. How, dare I ask, might this fictional gentleman ask for the young lady's hand?
I suppose he would have to ask her mother.
Do you think she would say yes?
I think you would have to read the book.
I think you'd have to read the book. She's like, I can't give you an answer right now. This is what they meant by old friends.
Yep. Not the distractions.
I'm afraid my enthusiasm is elsewhere.
So you would prefer to watch? You have already paid.
Fine.
Where is his head gonna go this time? They didn't show. Come on.
There's Lord Kilmartin. Do you know his family?
Not well. They keep to themselves. Are you interested in him?
I am.
Lord Kilmartin,
Miss Francesca.
you left quite abruptly the other morning.
You had another caller.
I hoped I might see you at the opening of Lord Fuller's collection yesterday.
I do not often attend society events unless I'm required to by the rules of good manners.
Are you stopping to speak with us just to be polite?
Believe you stopped me. Enjoyable music.
If I am being honest, no. The pace is too fickle. Just as you think you are starting to comprehend the melody, the song is over. A song like this would be far sweeter if it were played in 3/4, so one could, in fact, feel the music.
That is helpful. If you'll excuse me.
Okay.
To answer your question, no. I'm not interested in him.
Right.
What a welcoming home you have. It is like a museum in here.
It's a museum.
I should like to call on Miss Cowper, if that is allowed. I came to see that you are well. You did not seem yourself yesterday.
I do not believe I've ever had a friend call to the house before.
Truly?
It is more like a mausoleum in here, isn't it?
Miss Bridgerton, if I may speak to my daughter.
Of course.
You are not to be seen with that Bridgerton girl. Do we have an understanding?
Okay. What problem does he have with the Bridgertons?
Oh, come now. I do not see a gentleman amongst us.
No, I concur with you there.
What did he say?
Oh, forgive me, but it is tiring, is it not? The necessity imposed on us to remain cavalier about the one thing in life that holds genuine meaning. Do you not find it lonely?
They don't give a shit.
He's like, I think too much.
And have shit friends.
Did you give it?
Of course I did. You have done very well. Can you imagine the kind of influence that will give you? The kind of influence it will give all of us.
I have not said yes yet.
But of course you will.
His travelling does have its advantages, but...
But what? You've spent your pin money changing your clothes, your hair, and it has had the desired effect. Lord Debling is a bird in the hand, and a very fine bird at that. What more could you want? Oh, do not tell me you're holding out for love.
Her heart lies with another.
The other guy.
Her friend that she's always had, like, more feelings for.
That she grew up with. Now starting to. Yes. He was her best.
Be smart, Penelope. If you will not be, then I will be for you.
Oh, you do not look well. Was it you I heard late last night?
I am well.
You have always been one of my most sensitive children, always aware of what others need, always trying to be helpful or offering a joke to lighten the mood. You so rarely put yourself first. I imagine it can be wearying at times, painful, perhaps. So I do not blame you for putting on armor. But you must be careful that the armor does not rust, that you might never be able to take it off.
My head is bottle weary. Forgive me for lashing out. I should simply like to rest this evening.
I hear Penelope may be getting a proposal tonight.
That's rather quick.
Likely because of your help.
I'm sure he feels great about that.
I feel better.
Wow.
Like I said, that other hair earlier was quite tame compared to some of these things.
However does one pass the time here in the city?
Most of us spend our time meddling in the lives of our young people. At least that is my and your sister's favorite pastime.
My sister likes to meddle.
Oh, she molds society to her will, and she is rather good at it. You do not know that about her?
We are becoming reacquainted. The target at the moment.
My daughter, Francesca. Though I am not certain she has yet found that spark.
My own marriage was not a love match, but I became very fond of her. We were happy until the day she died.
I am so sorry for your loss. I myself had a love match, so that is all I know.
You have my deepest sympathies. That is something I myself have not given up on finding in my second act.
You must show Mr. Mondre this new life is worth his sacrifice. Past lives, dangerous places.
I do not know that the male dancer needed to be in such a state of undress.
He certainly could have put on a shirt.
He was in a state of undress.
I am not interested.
My activities may appear rather rakish, but they are pure of heart.
And is your heart located in your breeches?
You must forgive me for rushing off abruptly, but I wanted to get you this. I am not a man of many words, but I do believe in the power of a gesture. Brought you some lemonade.
Forgive me, Lord Samadani. Mama, I am keen to return home early, if that is all right.
Well, let us find your brother and your sister
Did
first.
she say I'm keen to return him early?
Home early.
Oh, I was like, what? I'm gonna return him early.
What is happening?
You don't want to know.
I was fetching Miss Francesca lemonade. Now she is
not drinking the lemonade.
And nothing is in the lemonade, but The queen has arranged all this, so she's upset that her arrangements are not going as she had planned.
Me a pain in my chest. In fact, I have been tender all week.
My chest has been sore non-stop. Ma said it is a clear pregnancy sign.
Is it?
Do you imagine that, with time, love may one day grow?
I do not know. My work has such a large portion of my heart, it may be difficult to make more space. I am very glad that you are someone who seems to have such a full life.
It isn't entirely for the purpose of ensnaring a husband.
That is interesting, isn't it? Your brother is walking right up to Penelope and Lord Debling.
We should only take a moment.
Oh, everyone's talking already.
We shall return to this conversation another time. Yes?
Take
Lord
your
Debling,
chance.
I would be more than happy to finish your dance with you. Colin, you are going to ruin things between me and Debling.
Well, perhaps that is for the best.
What do you mean?
You cannot marry him. You hardly know him. He's leaving. For 3 years.
I know that already, Colin.
Are they not all friends?
The oldest of friends, really, ever since the Featheringtons moved in across the street.
From the Bridgerton house?
Directly. I've made my peace with what Lord Debling has to offer. I'm going to accept his proposal.
Well, Colin, you better hurry your ass up or you're going to be up a shit creek.
Miss Featherington, why is it you sit at your drawing room window so often?
I
Might have had a falling out with Mr. Bridgerton. I suspect you may have been searching for him for a very different reason.
do not know of what you speak.
And speaking of Mr. Bridgerton and the feelings between the two of you,
We are friends. Nothing more.
but would you like it to be more?
It is not a possibility.
I did not ask if it was a possibility. It is essential I make a match with someone whose affections are not already engaged elsewhere. Whatever it is you are searching for, I do hope you find it. Good evening.
Well,
where is he going?
Away.
What have you done?
He flew the coop.
That is your question. Not am I well. Do I only matter to you if I have a lord's engagement ring on my finger?
Mama, I am pregnant. I think. You're not excited?
Lord Kilmartin, he had the music we heard earlier this week rearranged exactly as I imagined it.
When one chooses the heart over the head, often all reason goes out of the window.
I do not wish to speak with you.
Please. Let me in.
Read 10,000 more.
We will stop at Bridgerton House first.
Across the street from yours?
What do you want?
Did Lord Debling propose?
What business is that of yours?
I need to know.
When I asked for your help, I did not realize that you might try to deny me one as well.
Because I care about you. He will leave you. He is just not right for you.
He rejected me because of you. The scene you caused led him to believe you had feelings for me. Let us ride home in silence and leave me alone. Please.
I cannot. Because
Spit it out, man. Come on.
what if I did have feelings for you?
Thank you.
What?
I have spent so long trying to be the kind of man society expects me to be. But these past few weeks have been full of confounding feelings. Total inability to stop thinking about you. Dreaming of you. Preferring sleep because that is where I might find you. Like torture, but one which I cannot, do not want to give up.
Do not say things you do not mean.
But I do mean it. It is everything I have wanted to say to you.
She's loved him her whole life.
Colin, we are friends.
Forgive me, I do not know what I was thinking.
But I'd very much like to be more than friends. So much more.
Yay! About fucking time.
Oh yeah, here's an ankle. Could go with that shoulder.
Oh, God. Could the carriage driver not keep on driving?
I think anyone saw us. I was not paying much attention to anything. What are you doing? Colin?
Very high society.
You coming with me?
You coming with me?
Your family will see me.
For God's sake, Penelope Featherington, are you going to marry me or not?
They're not even allowed to have sex because that screws up the whole thing.
So what did they do?
Felt each other up. Alright, I really enjoyed that episode. Obviously, I've just been waiting for this. I mean, Penelope's been waiting for this for her whole life, to the point that she didn't think it was ever going to happen. It's happening! It's going to be a while before they have another episode. I'm going to be going out of state for a while, and then when I come back, it'll be time to do House of the Dragon, which is going to take a while, and I'll be working on Death Note, so it could be quite some time before I get to these episodes. By the time you see them, it will probably be months and months after I recorded this. I am glad, though, that they got to this point and didn't wait until longer. It looks like the next part of the series will be kind of seeing that relationship hopefully flourish. And it'll be interesting to see if the two sisters are pregnant and how that goes, because I just think that will be very interesting to see. That's all I've got for you this week. I'll see you next week. Bye.
I'll see you when I see you. And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.